Hello everybody, welcome to CoKo Plays Civilization 7. It's a huge day. I'm starting in the big camera mode. I'm gonna launch the game now. I launched it just once in order to just get the graphics set up so I didn't have to deal with that. I'm sure some of the settings I'll tweak as I get more experience with the game, but this is essentially an initial launch, so let's get it going. Yeah, things like audio levels, I don't know yet. We'll just run with it. So exciting. So I'll talk more about it as we go, but I am a big Civilization fan. I've played most of the rest of the series, some of them more than others. And I've been waiting for this. We're gonna watch the intro cutscene.
Is more than what we leave behind.
They released this about a month ago or so. Nevertheless, we're still gonna watch it.
We celebrate our triumphs and bury our regrets.
Gwendolyn Christie. Great choice for voice.
Every age has its secrets. In each layer of history, we can rediscover hope.
These are always so dramatic and dynamic.
A way to chart our future.
Oh, love the continuity of the musical themes, but with new instrumentation coming in. Kind of a global tour, visually and audio.
Stories are carved into the Earth's strata.
Introducing the layers concept.
The lessons of
We'll talk more about that.
age augur the next. We must learn from our past. The future is waiting.
That's a intense sequence right there. Wow. So I've seen that one before. Similar to Civ 6 and Civ 5, they released what became the intro video as like a trailer before. Whew. Very exciting. I'm almost too excited to like progress. So when I played the game, I just went through some of the graphic settings, picked like sensible default choices. Mostly wanted to just make sure my resolution was set to match, OBS layout. But everything else I haven't really touched. So we're going to get right into it. I'm not going to mess around too much with options right now. I'll tweak as we go. So I'll just start a new single-player game, of course. Maybe I'll actually do multiplayer in this Civ. Who knows? I usually just, play solo because turn-based strategy, I kind of like just taking my time with it. Hello. So I do have a lot of experience with the Civilization games. Definitely played Civs 4, 5, and 6 an awful lot. But Civilization 7, I was following up with the development and tapered off more recently because, as the game releases, they give you a lot of details about it. And I was like, I'm going to play it anyway. I'd like to at least come into some amount of it fresh. So I have like a basic understanding of some of what makes Civilization 7 different from like a kind of top-level game design approach. Like you switch civilizations during the game, this concept of history being built in layers. I was introduced to some of that stuff, but some of the detail mechanics I purposefully stayed away from learning about because I'll get to know them as I play, and especially even more recently when some of the well-known streamers got access to gameplay and were able to do intro streams and like some of like the reviews and like tutorial type content started coming out. I completely avoided that. I'll watch it eventually, but I want to get a few rounds in fresh before I engage with the community on that front. Alright, so let's just click on a leader to see what the leader screen looks like. Amina. So I'm going to start with the earliest age and play a full game. Not in one session likely, but hope to continue through. Play an entirely full game to completion, whether I win or lose. Just, explore the whole breadth of it. So let's start making a choice for who do I want to be, who's going to be my leader. So the leader is going to, I'm going to have the leader throughout the totality of the playthrough, even though the civilization evolves. So, because I didn't look too deeply into the gameplay, I don't have a strong notion of like which bonuses, I'm too keen on. I don't know. So I'm not really going to dig too much into them. I'm going to pick one just based on vibes in terms of leader and kind of orientation, diplomatic, expansionist. And we'll just go with it. Whatever happens, happens. And, some concepts of Civ I can apply here, like a leader who has a food-oriented bonus. In every Civ game, food has been one of the more crucial things. So, Ashoka could be a good choice. Bonus food during celebrations. Celebration, I imagine, being related to, like, excess of happiness or something around keeping your civilization happy, which is also a good thing to aim for, so I'd try and do that. Alright, so Ashoka could be a good choice. Augustus. So you get culture and gold, or sort of like mix of gold and production. I don't know what these mementos are, but we won't worry about it. And then next level unlock, in honor of live save, +1 settlement limit. I don't know what the next level... Oh, okay, so a leader like Benjamin Franklin, age unlocks. You unlock America. So just by virtue of being Benjamin Franklin as a leader, when you get to the modern age, you will have access to evolve your civilization into America. That wasn't a choice in some of these other leaders. We'll see how that works. And same for Catherine with Russia. I do love culture. You know, I like the building an empire and like, you know, I have to play defense, but I'm not really a combat fan, mostly because it was tedious, and so we'll see how that's changed in Civ 7. Maybe it'll be more fun. Alright, so Exploration Age, he unlocks the Normans. Charlemagne. A good number of leaders, too, and I'm sure, you know, they'll add lots of leaders through DLC that we pay for, and people will complain, blah, blah. Let's not get bogged down with all that nonsense just now. Let's just enjoy what we have. So Confucius got growth rate in cities. Cities, I guess, not settlements, which I guess there's a distinction in Civ 7, which we'll learn more about as we play. So extra growth rate in cities probably encourages you to build tall in some sense, or you might have a lot fewer settlements than try and convert more of them to cities than leaving them as settlements, I guess, if you have Confucius, perhaps. And you unlock, like, the full Chinese history. Chinese cultural dynastic history. Cool. Friedrich? I don't remember him being revealed in the promotional materials. But yeah, like I said, I stopped kind of paying attention more recently because I wanted to avoid some of the intimate gameplay spoilers. Okay, so we got two variants. Excellent. So we got a militaristic version. Okay, they're both militaristic, but one's cultural, one's scientific. Very nice. Harriet Tubman also unlocks America. So all the leaders that aren't the ancient era, or whatever they're calling the ancient era, you know, play a role in who they unlock. And this is the theme music by Christopher Tin in the background. Another great one by him. Another leader with two options. Oh, that's a bonus similar to Isabella, I think, in Civ 5, where you got a bonus for natural wonder discovery. Intriguing. It's a nice global distribution of these leaders so far, and I'm sure with the DLC and modding community, that'll be enhanced. And narrative events. Okay, let's see what those look like. Lafayette. Hey, Napoleon. Give me... No thank you. Yeah, there was Pachacuti in Civ 6 with the terrace farms and the adjacency bonus for mountains. That was nuts. You could get so much food if you're on hilly terrain. But, you know, it's a different game, so it won't play out the same way. Oh, nice. So bonuses for settlements that you're suzerain of. Wait, what does he unlock? The Shawnee, America, and Mexico. Sweet. So those are options for progressing with Tecumseh. Xerxes, how about that? Ah, 2 Xerxes. Okay. I'm a bit torn. Of course. I also might want to do something a little more vanilla in terms of traits that don't require me to think too much, because my mind is going to be wrapping my head around all the, you know, gameplay and mechanics and things. So I'm probably better off with a leader whose abilities are a bit more passive. Like, they just kind of benefit me even without me trying to, like, orient my my choices to maximize the trait. So navigable rivers is a cool idea. So in culture for every resource. Okay, I kind of like Hatshepsut. Like Isabella's example of, like, you know, I want to explore, of course, and find wonders, but, you know, making that a priority for me puts a little more, like, stress on my gameplay for a first time. Diplomatic actions. Ooh, I like the... Oh, so this encourages you to do diplomatic actions, which I probably would want to do anyway. So sometimes, like, you know, a leader ability forcing you can be make your choices easier. Like, I'd want them to either accept or reject rather than, I guess there's a neutral choice probably. So 3 free levels for an army commander. Army commander is going to change combat. I'm curious about that. And then science in tropical. This is doubled while in a formal war, which I don't really want to declare formal wars. You know, that's not my style. I just want to build nice civilizations. But, you know, it's a brand new game. Maybe I'll want to do it in this game. Okay. Rebellious Blade. I like this. Here we go.
Khi tất cả đứng Nam Nhi ở đây cúi đầu khuất phục, chỉ có mình ta đứng về phía chính nghĩa.
Oof, that's intense. So that you can choose, I guess, which of the 3 ages to start in. Antiquity, not ancient. So antiquity is what I'm going to start in, of course. Full gameplay, full thing. Okay, so choose age and civilization. So they put an icon, I guess, on the ones where the Khmer and Moria. So she has an affinity with those civilizations. Oh, geographic choice because of the what was that called? Tropical. But they don't lock you out of any other choice. So these are the antiquity civilizations in total, and you can do whatever you want. I'm going to do an affinity one because I think that's nice for a first playthrough. But I like the concept. Like, Egypt has +1 production on navigable rivers, and if you were Hatshepsut with the other bonus for navigable rivers, you know, these two are a synergistic relationship. So, you know, which is nice, both as like an alternative history playthrough and a gameplay mechanic. Greece, huh? +3 influence on the palace, which I guess you start with. So, districts on rivers do not remove the natural yield, so if that's a tropical yield, I guess that would be beneficial. In Moria, let's see. You know, I kind of like the idea of not doing what I said and doing Greece. There's no synergy here, but who cares? We'll see what happens. I like the influence on the palace. Like that seems nice. I don't know if I'll do the Oracle, but got a necropolis, a unique quarter, and created by constructing the Odeon and the Parthenon in the same district. So try and aim to do that. And the Odeon with like +3 happiness, that seems great. And cultural adjacency for quarters and wonders. Parthenon, lots of culture. Okay, I like that. Alright, so difficulty levels. The names of them are different than the previous Civ. Well, deity is still the same. I'm definitely gonna start out simple. You know, having experience with Civ, I might be somewhere Viceroy or Governor level. Yeah, I have no idea for what basis to use, but I'll go with Viceroy. It's not quite... It's like somewhat in the middle, but on the lower side for a first time. That seems good. Standard game speed is definitely what I want. So Terra Incognita, they don't have a description of these, but I think that's one where it's like simulating Earth's history, where there's like a old world landmass that you expand to. Maybe. I usually like Fractal, but I might do Continents Plus. And we'll do a standard map size. The map, I think, is totally different, too. I think this, like, the way it interacts with the ages is unique. Like, you don't have full access to the entire map to start with. Kind of emulating, I guess, or playing on, you know, real history. Where, in the Antiquity era, I mean, not exactly real history, but, like, playing with the themes of, like, smaller community and then more global as time progresses. But, you know, not to deny that throughout history, civilization, there's been contact across the world. Anyway. Okay. So, age length standard, disaster intensity, keep it at light. Crises, will keep them enabled, see what they're like. And then there's your detailed. I will let the game determine who I'm playing with. So let's go. I like the old school hourglass icon that is dressed up like a, you know, like a museum piece, which seems to be an artistic theme of this game. Alright, so hard. Almost took me about a half hour to get into gameplay. That's not bad. Like, if I were playing by myself without streaming,
together,
it would take it longer.
Debating music and politics, poetry and law, envisaging how to build a Greece that will last for ages.
So her little spiel is shorter than previous Civ games. I'm guessing that's intentional. Yeah, Great People is going to be different. I wonder what that is. Oh, look at that. Yeah, this artwork is nice. It resembles previous Sim games. But this is kind of like a painting style. Very similar, like something you'd find in a museum. Whereas like Civ 5 was a bit like, you know, as if you were there in real life. Alright, so the tutorials are on, so, you know, it's a way for me to learn about the new mechanics and all that. I'll play with them until at least like my second playthrough, or I get really annoyed, but we'll see. Fundamental concepts of the latest installment. So right, tutorials and advisors, both of them will keep active for a bit. And we'll definitely check out the Civilopedia. Try and do a balance of like taking turns and, you know, diving deep. If I were alone, I'd probably take 2 hours for my first turn. But when streaming, I feel a little bit of pressure to like keep things moving, which is probably a good thing, a healthy thing. I love that effect. So yeah, history is built in layers, so multiple ages. Each age has its own stuff. And cool. I love it. So legacy paths. Primary means by which you create continuity. So every age has 4 paths. So economic, cultural, scientific, and militaristic. So it's kind of like maybe each age you focus on one of these 4, you know, tenets, and if it works out for you, like you could be militaristic throughout the history of time, or your civilization can be militaristic in one era, and then, you know, different, which, you know, kind of models some real world civilizations where they change culturally. I mean, like, you know, this isn't intended to be a scholarly approach to history. It's just keying off concepts for gameplay. And I think that's totally valid. Yeah, this artwork is lovely. You know, it's got an oil painting look to it. This one's like encouraging you to, like, you know, follow the tutorials and advisors, I guess. I mean, yeah, sure. The dawn of civilization. Here your journey begins. Raise an empire from humble beginnings to greatness and write your own version of history. That's the fun of playing these games. Your founder has the ability to establish your first city. Select them now. Okay, that's how I move the map around. I'm using mouse and keyboard. So we got salt, 2 tiles out. And we got gold, two tiles out. And then horses and... is that rice? We'll see. And then there's these 2 rivers here. I don't think they're navigable. They don't look big enough, but we'll see. My camera is like partially obscuring some of these instructions, but it'll be alright. So let's order my founder. So it's not a settler, it's a founder to establish a capital. It might be a different unit for settlements and things. But founder makes the capital. There's also a tile here with cultural. That cultural icon comes from my leader ability. Because that's, I guess, a jungle tile. So similar to Civ 5, there's a 3-tile thing. Okay, so food to feed your people, production to bake stuff, and science to propel into the future. Yep, core concepts. I want to try and read these. I might not read them all out loud, but I don't want to do the thing where I just assume that I know things. I want to actually read it and kind of like, because, you know, the concept I get, but there might be a sentence in these tutorial instructions that give me an indication of how, like, the concept plays out differently in Civ 7 versus the others. And so I want to at least read it, like, respect the effort to put these up here. But I might not read it out loud. All right, this is I like the terrain. The fog of war is, yeah, like very ornate. So very symbolic, not like naturalistic. This palace looks dope. I think, from what I understand, I have early access to the game because I bought, like, the deluxe version. And that also gave me access to, like, a different art style for the palace. This is probably that. I don't know for sure because I haven't scoured the community for Civ 7 stuff yet. But whatever it is, it looks awesome. Like the really nice gardens outside. Like I like the fact that, you know, it's more than just the building. It's like a rendering of what it feels like to be there, or like a model of what it, you know, what an idealized model of what it could be like. Okay, so I can build a scout or a hoplite. So the choice is between scout and warrior. But for me, it's hoplite because it's my unique unit as Greece. So I would be inclined to do scout ordinarily, but because of the fact that I have a unique unit here, getting a free starting unique unit sounds like a good idea. And then I'll, like, build a scout. I'm going to do that. I don't know. So let's see. So the production cost, I think, is unique because it's the first ever. After this first one, I assume that the warrior unit is going to be more expensive than a scout. At least the unique warrior unit. I'm going to do hoplite. So that was the only thing I could do on my first turn. But before I do next turn, let's take a quick look. Alright, this is like the general menu. Here's the Civilopedia. Lots of stuff. So, concepts. Army, combat, building, statehood. Settlements, diplomacy. Very exciting. I will get into all this stuff. Leaders. Ages, civilizations, governments, culture, techs. Oh, so yeah, so the tech tree will be specific to the age, of course. Very cool. Map concepts, biomes, so that's like the terrain type now. Let's see what tropical says. Okay, so there's multiple, yeah, okay, so that makes sense why they called it tropical instead of, like, jungle. Because there's multiple things that meet the criteria of being a tropical biome. You get a rainforest and a mangrove. That's a nice little, you know, wrinkle that they added to like the tile types. Buildings, improvements. Okay, so you can still make improvements, but I know it plays out differently. Like, there aren't workers. And then wonders. These are all antiquity age wonders. It's an interesting simplification, too. You don't have to worry about, like, you can't possibly do, like, modern wonders in an earlier era. It's a self-contained game. you know, mini game, or 3 self-contained games. That's kind of neat. Like, it removes some stress from you to try and think too far ahead. Oh, religion. So we got some beliefs. This is probably something else that also alters with the era. So here it's just beliefs. That might be the extent of religion in the Antiquity Age, just like, you know, belief systems. Migrant. Neat. Alright, we'll be back to you, Civilopedia. Next turn. The world. Yeah, exploring is key for sure. When a unit moves towards the extended division. So the blue, light blue is the extent that can move on a single turn. Cool. Yeah, so definitely, like, you know, Scout is a great choice for a starting unit. You can explore better. Oh man, this, once revealed, these tile designs are really pretty. I love this mountain. So it says Pangea. I think that's the continent. Okay, so my choices are fortify, skip turn, and move. Let's do move. Alright, let's pick a direction. Kind of do like a small clockwise or, you know, counterclockwise circle. Let's go down here next to the mountain. I wonder how... I want to go one turn kind of to get a sense for how visibility works. So that exposed 2 in this direction, but you can't see through the forest. So these remain unexposed. That's what I wanted to see. But once I move on the forest, then I'll be able to reveal these next tiles. Yeah. 2, unless there's a feature blocking the path. Mountain would probably block my visibility too. So incense is on this one, which will be 3 away. What is this one? Kowlin. Okay. Great. Ah, coastal tile. Oh, I love the way that you can see under the water. And there's, you know, animation just like there would be of some of these tiles. Gorgeous. I can feel my graphics card struggling to keep up. Okay, so there's also rough terrain and water, and we'll see how that works. Alright, what's our first tech gonna be? So we are more than 3 tiles away from a coastal tile. I don't believe these are navigable rivers, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So my guess is that we can't, with this city, make use of the coast. So we have some time before we need sailing. Animal husbandry probably useful for things like horses, which is a little bit further away. Let's see what it says. So there's a saw pit. So extra production on camps and woodcutters. And warehouse production building. Ageless, I guess that means it's a building that survives through the ages. And then it allows me to make a slinger, which is nice to have. So camps. Camps would go on things like, I mean, maybe horses. I don't know exactly what, it was pastures for horses in the past, but it might be camps now in this version. And then a brickyard. Plantation. So what is salt gonna require? So here's the tree. Mines and quarries. Okay, so it's going to be different because these things are bonuses for mines and quarries, but they're not enabling you to make them. So I think like just by virtue of expanding your city to a resource, you can do the thing necessary to get the resource. Like you can build a mine or a quarry or a plantation. You don't have to research a technology to get that, I assume. Which is cool. It works well with the ages system because it's not like you can take advantage of oil in the antiquity age. It's like when you get to that age, it's not like you have to do a fine tuning of the technology within the age. By virtue of being in the modern age, you'll have access to oil. That actually makes a lot of sense. Like it's a simplifying factor that I like. But you do get bonuses for the complementary technology, which I like. So assuming I'm going to get a mine or a quarry on the salt, probably mine, I guess, I want to work my way towards masonry versus the other ones. You know, writing, of course. And what about, like, oracle? If I want to make a wonder. Mathematics? No, it's academy. Yeah, not quite sure what oracle is going to be. We'll see how that works. So let's work towards masonry and get that production bonus in place for the mine. So research takes time to complete. Increasing your science per turn. Right, that's just like not like a slider. Just this is just a tip. Cool. Gold will probably also be a mine, so I think mining, you know, getting towards mining is a good idea. Lens toggles, cool. Alright, so now that we built our unit, we can do these things. I kind of want to make a scout and explore more immediately. I think that's probably more important than a granary. It's 6 turns. So I was wrong with my guess. The unique unit and scout are the same cost. You know what? I should have predicted that because that would incentivize everyone to do the analysis I did and always pick the one that's more expensive because it'd be a freebie. And they wouldn't want that because that doesn't make it a fair choice. They wanted it to be a fair choice. Like either way, you either pick scout or warrior. And it's a strategic choice for the situation you're in, not based on what is faster. So my bad. But let's get a scout now. It's fine. Tech mastery. Fascinating. Okay, what's this? That's what I'm researching now. That's the age progress. Settlement limit. So I have 1 out of 3 settlements within this age, I guess. And different leaders and whatever can change that. And then happiness. So here's kind of my economic screen. Happiness is coming from the city center of my capital. And nothing else yet. So I think this is influence, this one, probably. And I'm probably getting that because I'm Greece. so I've grown in population. Select plus to continue. Okay, so this is the way the city growth mechanic works. When you have new population, you expand the city for what they're going to work. So the ones on the edges of your city are rural structures that are like getting the resources. And then the stuff around your capital will become like urban districts, which like probably don't really interact with the terrain. It's the buildings that provide the value for those. I like that concept. Oh, so you literally start with just the capital. Oh, so this is the woodcutter. Oh, fascinating. So, yeah, I should have thought of that. There's not going to be a builder who makes a lumber mill to improve your forest. By having a rural district on a forest tile, you get the woodcutting. And I think I get a woodcutter bonus by picking animal husbandry, so that's a good way to go. But it doesn't lead me towards the mines, which I think might be better. So yeah, not going to do the woodcutter, because at the very least I'd want food. Food and happiness, because it's tundra? I mean, tropical? So salt will give me production towards training units, and then this gives me gold towards purchasing buildings. Probably don't want to do that too early. All right, I don't need the happiness immediately. So I think what I'm going to do is go up towards the salt. Though going this way can get me horses too, and Kowlin. Yeah, there's just more stuff this way. Now, I'm going to want to make units no matter what. Let's get this online. And then we'll worry about it. And nothing too compelling this direction right now, so let's do this one. So, okay, so they incorporated this tile into the city. Which is cool. So it's a farm along the river. And it definitely looks like it, too. You got some chickens hopping around. Cute. And then the cultural borders are everything around the ones that you have, like, districts on, I guess. So, you know, next time my population grows, any one of these on the periphery I can add. Alright. So we found the coast, so we might want to explore along the coast. Let's kind of go clockwise, I think. Let's do it a tile at a time. If I go here, how will, like, movement work along the river? Camels! Excellent! Exploration has revealed a cairn. One of the many... Can't read that because my phone is blocking it. Discovery something? That can be found in the world? Discoveries that can be found in the world. Closer inspection, hidden benefits. So these are the goody huts of this game. I wonder if you get better yields as a scout versus a warrior unit. Don't know. I'm not going to hyper-optimize that right now, but let's take a look at the terrain. So we got desert. I might have to turn the graphics settings down. I can, like, feel some kind of stuttering with moving the map around. So there's a rough desert, which just has production yield. And there's rough plains, which also only have production yield. And then happiness coming from the river or something? Alright, anything else I want to do in this turn? Let's look at the city screen. So there's purchase, production, view hidden. Ah, okay. Nice to have that, I guess. Active production queue. Okay, so if this is coastal, I expect the coast will continue along this way-ish. So maybe let's, like, start rounding our circle. Oh, okay, this is a new movement restriction. There's a, like, cliff here, which means I can't go directly from this hex to this hex, because there's, like, a terrain level difference. It's very clear, too, from the tile design. I like that they exaggerated the cliff to make it kind of easier to spot. So we want to get to the goody hut. Let's just go around this way. Again, I want to do it one turn at a time. One tile at a time. Navigable river plain. So yeah, this is a much, like, the river takes up much more of the hex. So this is clearly a navigable river. It's the same name of the river. Ahelus River. But it becomes navigable down here, I think. And it'll lead into the coast, I expect. So, I want to land on the goody hut next turn. I don't want anything in my way, but I kind of want to go to this tile. I should still be able to get to the goody hut. I might misunderstand movement, but we'll find out. Cool. Yeah, I like that I did that. I exposed the whole peninsula, and I have visibility now. So the navigable river meets the coast here and goes inland. Very cool. See, that's alright, no biggie. I wasn't sure how the river was going to affect my movement points, but yeah, one turn to enter a tile with a river on it. And, like, you know, even though you're kind of progressing along the river, so you might think to yourself from a logical perspective, you could just hug one side of the river to get here. But, you know, that's not how the game mechanics work. Independent villages. Civ7. Which appear to be hostile. It's a good thing I got my my hoplites out there. So, could potentially be a strong ally with the right amount of persuasion, but it could also prove a threat. So, independent villages have different attitudes. Friendly, orientation, neutral, or hostile. I'll use their terminology of attitudes. Tell me more. Independent powers. So they're not barbarians. They're just like an independent group. And you can have diplomacy with them. So they could, you know, they might become city-states or something. Yeah, that's what it says. Oh, so if it's friendly, it will be friends with the major power, which I guess would be me. And if it's hostile with all major powers, no matter who encounters it. So, you know, I have an option. Do I want to try and, like, get this hostile independent to be on my side and therefore against other sides? Let's find out. So we have a narrative choice now. Let's zoom in on this. So the exaggerated units standing tall, fortified position. That probably indicates that they're hostile. Of the Hunnic people. I like that they're tattooed. That's good. I bet you, even for the independent powers, they, you know, tried to find, you know, historically accurate cultural traits for them. In terms of, like, this, you know, this jewelry and tattoos and even weaponry, I imagine. So you need 170 influence to befriend them, and 60 influence to get them to raid another civilization on my behalf. Let's see what this narrative choice is. The Dragon of the South. It's nice that they've written this, you know, with some drama to it, because, you know, in narrative, you're writing the story of your civilization. It's not just gameplay choices. There's some, like, there's some color to it. So, by choosing this, does it just happen, or do we have to, like, make it happen? Ah, so it begins a quest. So disperse them and get a hoplite. So when we have 2 monuments, we'll get culture. I didn't mean to click it, but I did. And so that gives me now a quest. I actually didn't even get to read the last option. I just accidentally clicked. But that's fine. So now my goal is to get 2 monuments. So we raised a monolith, and we can get science or culture and production. Let's do culture and production. And there's another one here. So, did we produce our scout? We did. Okay. So he's on that tile. And if you're, like, zoomed out, you can see a an icon for the units on that tile. But only if you're zoomed out? Okay. Alright, so Scout has a lookout option and a search option for discoveries. So, let's go like in the direction of our horses and go around the other way and kind of meet our hoplite in the middle. So maybe go like somewhere over here. I think if we go to the horse tile, we'll reveal whatever's over here anyway. So let's head towards the horse. So that didn't fully use up movement points. Oh, it did, because I'm on the river. Yeah, with this cliff, I probably also can't go the other direction, down it. Have to go around. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to get the monuments. Is that something... Is that a building like it was in previous games? It is. So it requires masonry, which I was headed towards. So far, so good. And I have to make 2 of them, which means probably 2 cities. Or a settlement and I buy a monument in a settlement, assuming the monument is allowed in a settlement. So until then... we have a hoplite and a scout. I definitely would like a second scout. And I have a farm now because I expanded to this tile. So, yeah, improving farm would be nice. Oh, interesting. I have to place the building. So I have to create an urban district or use a slot in an existing one. Okay, so yellow tile is what I have my rural district on. Yeah, these kind of neutral tiles, this like flat tundra. Wait, these are all tundra? So grassland becoming tundra, that seems like a great option for my urban districts. Because they're kind of just 2 food. They're not too special in terms of yield. And then there's a bunch of resources out here. So I could probably do some urban districts down the river. But then again, maybe there's bonuses towards farms along rivers. So I think doing urban in the other direction towards the tundra. What's this? This is a grassland. That's another tundra. That one has culture. Because it's vegetated? Because it's taiga? I don't know. But let's do it up towards like this way. Let's go with let's leave a buffer tile and do this one. Yeah. Or maybe like, I don't know what the adjacencies are like in terms of urban districts. If I build like my unique Acropolis district and it has adjacencies for stuff, I might want to do that in like kind of like a middle where it has more adjacency possibilities. So something with a granary I might want to do right next to the food on the kind of edge of my urban sprawl. Let's do that instead. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, so cool. Yeah, it feels like you're creating, you know, a city in step by step. You got a city center with a palace, and then a rural district with some farms, and right next to that, like a urban area with denser housing and stuff. And in this case, a granary, which is being constructed, I guess, here. Sweet. So what are these turns for? 10 for building. Hold on a sec. 6 and 10. 6. Okay, so 10 turns for the construction, and then 6, I guess, for growth. Yeah, okay, so 3 is our current population. 6 turns till the next growth. And we just grew to 3, so now we get to do the grow event. Let's do our military stuff first. So yeah, they got fortified defense. I'm attacking from a river. If I don't attack from a river, you know, I could probably wear them down. I don't know if I want to, though. So I still have a movement point, but the light blue is not indicating that I can go there. That's interesting. Let's go. Okay, so that's next turn. Scout, let's go towards the horse. This is a good choice. Or do we want to assume that when we get here we can peek in on what's going on? Maybe go this way to the horse. In order to peek over here, we need to be on the forest tile. That's like a waste of a turn to expose some coast that we don't have any use for right now. So we'll just go to this forest. Can't imagine there's anything on these coastal tiles that I can use immediately. Hey, Jade! It's a nice icon for Jade. A Jade dragon. So this vegetated tundra gives me culture, and I'm assuming the happiness is because it's along a river. I don't know. Okay. So, we don't yet have the granary. We will have a granary, and then we'll be working towards masonry. And we're currently working towards animal husbandry. But let's get the salt mine. Alright, so now we got a resource. We got salt. So it's a city resource. So we take the salt and we pick a city for it to be assigned to for where it's going to have its effect. Oh, and there's stuff up here. Cairn Scout and an encampment. Luxurious encampment? What on earth is a luxurious encampment? I don't know. We're gonna find out. So is this like kind of ritualistic stone pattern because the scout's on that tile? I don't know. We'll find out. But I want to send my scout over... Okay, I use all your movement. Over there. Next turn. Ah! Jose Rizal. Alright, where did I meet him, though? Oh, it's a cairn. That's why it has that. And the independent powers, you know, can't use those. So where did he go? Where's the scout from Jose? I don't know. Is that him? Yeah, it's him. Let's take a look at your scout. Daw. A Jaguar Slayer, so not a scout. It's his unique military unit. And we got a unique... We got a new civics tree. Let's deal with the diplomatic thing first.
Ako si Jose Rizal. Makata. Pintor. Revolusyonaryo.
Awesome. Don't see a benefit to being hostile. So there's a cost. This is a cost to being friendly, is 20 influence. And we reveal the capitals. We reveal both capitals. He'll probably run into it, maybe. But I'm going to do a neutral grading. I'm not going to spend my influence on that. That's a nice screen. So you can start diplomatic actions, which will be endeavors, sanctions, or espionage. Alright, so how much influence do I have right now? I love his music that we're getting now. That rules. Here is his leader abilities. And his agenda is he likes the leader doing the most diplomatic endeavors. And dislikes the one doing the most sanctions. So, that, you know, it's good to keep in mind. Nice that they included the leader info in the diplomacy screen. So don't need open borders, so I'm not going to spend influence on that. Now doing an endeavor with you will have the double benefit of probably making him like me more. So military aid, what does that do? Gives a combat bonus to military units if accepted. So I get +2 combat strength, and he gets +2 gold per turn. So it's a diplomatic influence points in exchange for those benefits for 15 turns. So yeah, I wouldn't want to use it unless I'm fighting, which I don't know. Maybe he'll start fighting that encampment. I don't know. And then I could do research collaboration for 15 turns, which could be a good use of diplomacy points. Assuming I have enough. I have 91. Influence, not diplomacy points. I gotta start using the right terminology. I'm accumulating a lot more than I think the average player because of my Greece abilities. So, you know, it's probably a benefit to me to actually make use of my bonus than to just let him accumulate without being put to use. So I get 4, he gets 2. I think this is a totally reasonable way. And he supported it. Beautiful. I like that. Now we have to choose a civic. So each civic unlocks social policies. The Agoge is the military school, military training. So it unlocks the Parthenon? That's weird. Befriend independent project. Okay, so independent project, just based on the name, I'm guessing is a project you can spend production on in a city, you know, as opposed to a building or a unit. And it'll befriend an independent when completed, and this gives me a bonus to that Xenia. So it's like, you know, encouraging that option. It's not bad. Discipline. Benefit to scout. Fortified districts and settlements. So that's something you can place as like a rural unit, like in a, instead of a rural unit, you place like a fortified district around your settlement. Unlocks founding a pantheon. That's good. Priesthood, +2 gold. I like that. Altar. So that's a building, and it gets you +2 happiness, but also +1 happiness for each adjacent wonder. So if I were to like put that, you know, next to in the same tile as my granary, and build like the oracle next to it, that would give me extra happiness for that adjacency. So mysticism or ecclesia is definitely what I'm thinking. They both have a wonder-related benefit, but I haven't embarked on a path towards making wonders yet. I still have decent happiness for now. I guess that'll change as I grow. I think Ecclesia's better right now, because I also don't want to worry about placing the altar properly just yet. So there's a tree here, too. Oh, mastery. Ah. That's cool. Wait. I have my own unique civic tree. Can I do these? Oh, I can do them. Ah, okay, okay, okay. It's a choice. I can progress the antiquity civics, or I can do the Greek civics. I wonder if there's like a bonus to doing your complete... I don't know if this is for every civilization. It might be. It probably is, per era. I wonder if there's a benefit to doing all of the civics that are unique to your civilization in the era. So this is how you get the Oracle. It's the public life civic. I wonder where Monument was. I saw that before, right? That was a... Monument was a technology, right? I don't remember. Okay, so I kind of want to get to public life. But... let's do Ecclesia for now. I don't know, actually. Now that I see this, I kind of feel like mysticism is a better choice. Alright, let's choose a government. During a celebration. That's a different thing than just these bonuses. So where we're at right now, oligarchy would probably be the most useful. But eventually, when we're constructing a wonder, we'd want classical republic. I don't know if we can switch. But I think oligarchy is the best right now, so we'll go with that, and we'll see what happens. And now that we have a social policy for doing oligarchy. Oh, so completing the civis give us the policy to use. So we completed the, whatever that first initial civic was, the root of the tree. And it gave us these two as options. I was wondering, I was looking at the bonuses and I was like, I don't know if they're making an impact now. Let's do production, let's do tool making, production and science. And you can swap at some point, I guess kind of like other games. There's a time when it's possible to make changes to your social policies. You can adapt your civilization. Start with swapping. If you want to swap, you need to research a civic. Okay, so it happens just like Civ6. Every time you complete the civic, you have the option to swap policies. Which one was the one with the thingy? Campfire. So let's see what a campfire does. Okay, so we can either study the instrument to get science and happiness towards a celebration, or culture. Yeah, let's take a boost to science. Animal husbandry is about done, but we still want to get to masonry and stuff. Yeah, the sheep are so cute up there.
The caged bird watches butterflies with envy.
Sorry for the vibration. I've got a incoming phone call. I don't think I need to answer it. Okay, so now we got bonuses that we are not currently using, so you know, my bad, but that's okay. I was more doing this for the direction of masonry, or did I get that wrong? Okay, so building your legacy. These are my advisors. Choose where to focus the efforts on the Greek people. I mean, sure, but like, what does it mean picking one of these? Okay, so this is just a. I'm assuming this is an overlay to the game as part of the advisory system to try and make advisors more useful and encourage players to keep them on. You get a choice as to like what type of like gameplay you're gonna do. So if you pick the economic advisor, the advisor's gonna like opt for economic suggestions. So it doesn't change the gameplay, it just changes the way the advisor behaves. That's what I'm assuming out of this. You know, and in the spirit of like, you know, following along with what they're doing, I'm gonna make a choice. So what type of civilization do I want to build? I think overall, I'd want to do cultural. So let's like orient ourselves around that. Legacy Path, Wonders of the Ancient World. Oh, I think I might have been wrong. This might be a... That might have been a choice taking me down the Legacy Path. Yeah, I want to build a wonder, so that's good. So build a wonder. The first step towards establishing a wonder. So Oracle is the one that I would have my mind on because I get a bonus towards building that as Greece. And I did pick the policy, oh man, I forget the name they use for these civics, towards unlocking doing the oracles. So we'll kind of progress in that direction. And here's a journal for goals and objectives. Yeah, let's take a look at the age progress screen. So there's cultural next steps. Okay. This is kind of what I figured. The advisor was telling me one thing to do, and it did track progress. So that's, I guess, track progress is the one that's visible in the mini UI. But you know, you choose which one of these to do. So the military legacy path have 12 towns or cities, and conquered settlements count as 2. Have 7 wonders in the empire. Is that like the overall goal by like the end of the game? Or just within the antiquity era? 7 wonders in the antiquity era. That's a lot of wonders, right? So the first step is building a wonder. I mean, I feel like it's got to be per age. Like, it's got to be 7 wonders per age. Display 10 codices in your empire. I don't know what a codex is. And economic is assign 20 resources. And then you can unlock Coda laws to get a merchant so you can make trade routes to help you get more resources. So we'll see how that works. We're going to want to do that eventually anyway. Alright, so I mean, for now we'll keep the cultural one, I guess, focused. So we have made 1 progress towards the economic one. And everyone has 1 progress towards the military one. Okay. Now, if you all don't mind, I'm gonna quickly use the bathroom and do something for my laundry. So I'm going to mute my microphone and then come right back. Alright, I have returned. How long have I been streaming for? Hour and a half. Not too bad. My brain feels kind of more fried than normal because, you know, the type of game and experience we're dealing with. But so far, the music is incredible, and I love feeling immersed in the world through the music and the art style. I didn't get fresh coffee because I didn't brew any. I do have a electric kettle for making tea, but I didn't want to kind of take up extra time. I have some water here just for hydration purposes, so that'll be okay for now. Okay, so we're proceeding, and we do the next technology. I want to view the tree. Okay, good. Okay, so it was animal husbandry that led to masonry, which we absolutely want for the monument and for the salt mine. So, brilliant. Masonry is critical to us right now because we need the monuments for that thing that I accidentally selected, Dragon of the South. And monuments are just, you know, I guess good to have. Okay, so we already moved you. That's how we got whatever. Okay, so we want to move this scout towards this luxurious encampment. Now, encampment in... sorry for the way the camera's moving. The graphics are stretching out my old graphics card, and so it's a little skippy. Maybe I should get a new graphics card. Or maybe it's not even that's being stressed out. Who knows? But, yeah, encampment was a barbarian thing, but I don't think that's what it is here. I think it's kind of like the other goody huts that I found. There's an encampment that you'll land on, and that'll give you an economic-related benefit. So let's head towards that. So where can I go? So no matter what, I need to turn to get over the river. So let's go here. So the coast is probably over here somewhere. I got a mountain. It looks so good. Like, especially with the tundra and the snow. I think my graphics setting is like medium level detail too. So with a better graphics card, like there probably is even more detail to this stuff. Little animations and whatnot. So that's awesome. Alright, let's start getting this hoplite back towards civilization. So Jose is headed up towards our capital. Nice. Nothing too interesting up here. I haven't used my scout's ability to do the thingy. We'll do that after this. Okay, so devotees have come to see an idol of their faith. We can collect the tithe and get 50 gold and happiness towards a celebration or culture. I don't know what accumulating culture is. Oh, civics, right? That's what accumulating culture is getting us. I'm at least gaining gold per turn, but I don't have a lot. I don't know how to use gold right now. I don't have like a settlement or whatever that I would want to buy a monument in. So I think I'm going to take the culture and like make progress in my civics. There's wool. More sheep. Sheep in the tundra. It's a good thing they got those wool sweaters on. Okay, so anything else to do on this turn? We got stuff being produced, growth happening, still happy. Oh, there's another thingy over here, right, the cairn. Yeah, we'll get to that. Alright, looking good. Alright, let's head back home, but take a path that allows me. Let's go here to get that visibility. Mountain range. Can I rotate the map? I don't know. Let me take a look at the controls real quick. Let's go to options and controls. Oh, okay. That's for controller input mapping. Okay, so WASD is what I've been using. And then E for turn. Or enter. Toggling opening stuff. I'm not too worried about that right now. Okay, so it's like before, previous games, the view, yeah, I don't want to make any changes. I didn't change anything. You know, your view is locked into this orientation with north up top. Okay, so let's get this cairn as soon as possible. Can't get it in this turn, so let's go up here. What is this? There's a flooded tile with some silk on it. Okay, so we'll stay close to the capital now, but we can go here. Okay, so let's go here, see what this gives us. An elder of this remote village has died. Aww. And the textile that he's wrapped in gives us stories. So, plus culture or take the textiles. $75 gold is a nice chunk of gold. I still don't know what I'd want to spend it on. Another scout unit, perhaps? But I think I have currently the policy for a bonus to production, maybe? No, let's just do culture. And let's look at our social policy stuff. So we don't have a crisis yet. Every age ends in a crisis. So we got an income of 5 happiness, so we have a next celebration in 20 turns. Resource allocation screen. So every city can have a certain number of resources given to it. Alright, so I see the yields. What I want to find, though, are my, my civics. Social policies. How do I, like, view those? Social menu. Not that kind of social. So all of these show me my yields. That's fine. So the yields of everyone is also shown there too. So he's generating more gold and more research, more culture, but I've got the edge right now on happiness, which ain't necessarily a great thing, because maybe he's expanded more than I have. And I got a little more, you know, influence coming in, probably just because I'm Greece. Well, his whole thing is diplomacy, too, so... Anyway. I don't know where to view my civics at. Alright, so here I'm getting a tooltip, or a tutorial hint about ranged combat. Cool. We'll consider making another unit later. Oh. Why didn't... Ah. Duh. So, it'll be 2 turns. So I think we got a boost because of the culture that we took, I imagine. So, let's go back for a second. What's this one? Diplomatic action and command units. Well, let's do the diplomatic action first. I probably should have requested this from him. This was a mistake on my part. Because I think being the one... Actually, no, that's not... what the name of his... That's not like the collaborative thing. That was a different section above, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I got no problem getting 2 gold per turn and letting you check out my place. Another civilization wants you to open borders for 15 turns. What's that? Huh? Right. But we already got that going on, right? So we already dealt with that. Yeah. Okay, let's bring you here. Alright, now we've got a bunch of stuff exposed. Okay, I still want to find out what's over in this part of the tundra. So, maybe let's move the scout that way. But let's, like, take a periphery view so we expand some visibility along the way up there. Okay, so if we grow the city... We also want to consider urban districts, right? We probably have to grow cities to incorporate the tile. No. It's the ones that haven't been used yet that we could select for urban districts. Okay, so this is really just worrying about resources right now. I mean, gold seems like a great choice. Ah, so the salt is giving us production towards units. I knew something was. I just forgot what. Yeah, let's move towards the gold. And we have 2 river tiles to move along. Let's do along this one. There's more stuff down here. So when you direct them to live on a rural tile, they create a structure called an improvement. Yeah. Ooh, who's this?
There is another world, but it is in this one.
Okay, so now I can found a pantheon, I guess. And we got a priesthood civic. Or priesthood policy. So, +1 production and science on the palace, +2 in settlements. Well, we don't have any settlements. So, I still like production and science right now. Even over culture. We got to boost the culture with some of those finds, so I think we're good. But what are you? You're a hostile scout, but I don't think it's like barbarians where we're like at war with them automatically. Let's do the Pantheon. Okay, so they're a global pool, and most pantheons require an altar building in order to function, which I unlocked by doing the civic. Okay. Let's see. So, production. I just want to so now you can build an altar. Yeah, sure. The language on these things. I don't think Athens is a settlement. I think it's a city. So that pantheon for, like, settlements might be unique. Yeah, because this one here, oral tradition, says in cities, not in settlements. So this +1 production for mines and quarries applies to settlements. I clicked it accidentally, but luckily there's a confirm button. So what I would want to do for this type of pantheon would be to have a settlement, and I guess it's got to be at least 3 tiles from another city or settlement. But it could be something like a settlement, for example, here, that I would use just to get me access to the resources. And then I could take advantage of a bonus like this, where improvements in settlements are getting an enhancement. I don't know what production turns into in settlements. Gets converted to gold or something? I don't know. But that's a neat idea for gameplay. Like, your city becomes more and more urbanized, or maybe entirely urban, and anything as far as, like, acquiring resources and improving them is left to the settlement to do for you. And then you can reassign the resource to your urban city that you've gotten from your settlement. I should consider that as, like, a gameplay strategy. But I haven't really done that yet, so I don't know if I want to, like, pick a pantheon that encourages that path. So, influence on the altar, Altar receives happiness for mountains and wonders, Oh, so another city has fertility rights. Okay, another Civ. Quarters in settlements with an altar. Quarters, I guess, is like barracks, maybe? Don't know. God of Healing. In settlements with an altar, again, this is a city, not a settlement, so I can't really apply it to what I'm dealing with. Now, building an altar here will get me 10% production on buildings, so I like that. Okay, so if I were to do a coastal settlement here and get fishing boats, do you need the fish resource for fishing boats, or is it like anything? Any coastal tile can be improved with fishing boats. I don't know yet. So God of the Sun is kind of like the Pantheon where you just got one of everything on your palace. In this case, it's going on an altar. So wonder production, if I'm aiming for that, this could be a good one. Oral tradition would be good for spamming out settlements. Yeah, I kind of think, just to keep it simple for me, because I don't know how many settlements I'm going to have, I don't know how I'm going to use them. I think I'm going to do something that benefits cities, just to keep it simple for me. It's either buildings or wonders. And I'm guessing the building one doesn't apply to wonders. I'm guessing. There's probably a distinction between the two. So let's do wonders, because I'm definitely going to build 1 or 2, hopefully 7. So now we got to build an altar in order to make this active. And new civic time. So to get Oracle active, we want to do public life, which currently will take 27 turns. Which seems like an awful lot of turns. Ecclesia. Yeah, I guess we're not going to do that just yet. Let me double check my... Well, that's my leader. So that's the leader screen. Okay. 4 panels. Okay. So my ongoing stuff. My list of independents and attributes. Wait, there's 2? Hold on a second, let me go back to that. Where are you located? I wasn't aware that I had met you yet. What would be cool is if I could see where you are, if that's an option. My government, my leader ability is what I was looking for. Parthenon. Why on earth did I assume... Why did I think that I was getting a boost to the Oracle? Yeah, Parthenon. So I want to build both the Odeon and the Parthenon in the same urban district. That's a goal of mine. Okay, so we gotta unlock the Parthenon, not the Oracle. Still getting mysticism was a good choice. I'm glad I did that. Parthenon was something. This would be a good opportunity to search the Civilopedia. Agogay. So maybe now is the time for that. So Parthenon is a unique wonder. Maybe? Nah. Anyone can do it. No, they can't, because it unlocks with a unique civic. This actually pairs well with the army commander experience of my leader. So, there we go. I like that. That worked out. Alright, so Scout's going to wrap back around. Let's have you go here. And I want you to head back this way. I do want to see your ability, too. Look out and search. Does it require both of my movement points, or can I move one space and then do this? Increase sight for 1 turn and reveal all discoveries within twice this range. So it would be to the left, to the west, to the north, and to the east. Which east is not useful right now because we've revealed it. So maybe we want to like move somewhere here-ish. Okay, let's go one turn. And we can still use these. Let's do it. I heard like a noise. That's probably using the ability. But I don't think we found any discoveries. We just found the coastline. Which looks like it's probably going to be just back here. I forgot about that scout, but I guess he's not doing anything. Hey, there's wine over here. Have I been building a granary all this time?
He was the first to construct a wall, 80 miles in length, which was to separate the barbarians from the Romans.
Okay, so this is good. So now I should be getting a +1 for stuff. Alright, so happiness, stuff, settlements, send you excess happiness. So settle near fresh water, slot resources that grant happiness, and construct happiness buildings and wonders. Okay. Good to know. We still have +5 excess happiness. So granary's complete. You can see it there on the tile. So choose a technology. That's the tree. That was for masonry, which we needed. What does mastery give us? +1 production on production buildings. Okay. I kind of like the mastery idea because it is kind of like creating new branches on the tree, but in a way that's more comprehensible. So you split some of the benefits that might be related to animal husbandry. So like this one at the bottom. Wait, there's no mastery there. On this one, on masonry, you can get an extra +1 production for production buildings, which is a concept related to masonry, I guess. But instead of just globbing that onto masonry, it's like maybe like some of the other things in masonry would benefit you, but this one, like for me, doesn't benefit me right now because I don't have any production buildings. So like, you know, I could split that out into something that I spent research on later, if at all. All right, I did pottery and then made a granary, right? What's a brickyard? Oh, that gets me +1 production on clay pits, mines, and quarries, too. Oh, so the granary came with agriculture, which makes sense. This previous Civ games had to come with pottery, or some of them did. Alright, so I don't have the pottery tech yet. Yeah, the use of color, I think, could be improved a little bit here. Like the check mark helps, but like these look very similar. There's a tri-state here where you want to indicate, you know, not able to research yet, able to research but not researched, and then researched or actively researching. Like all three of those things matter to the player. Alright, pottery definitely would be a good thing for me. Certainly more so than sailing. But sailing leads to writing, interestingly enough. And writing, yeah, looks pretty good. So I think I want... Oh wait, I can also get to writing through pottery, right? Okay, but I can't get it through animal husbandry. Sweet, pottery it is. Okay, so now I can do a settler to found towns. Oh, so settlements... I was thinking settlements are towns. Settlements might be everything, like the unifying word. And then the distinction is between cities and towns. So maybe I had that wrong when I was examining the Pantheon. Settlements mean anything, including my capital city. That's fine though. I'm not too bummed about it. Alright, so I definitely know that I want to do an altar. I also want to do a monument. Don't care about the saw pit. I'm not going to worry about walls right now. Now, if I were to build a settler, I would probably want somewhere where I can get a big dose of something. Either like food or resources or both. The thing about me being in the tundra up here is that, like, a lot of these tiles probably aren't useful for settlements. Like, maybe something on the edge here that got me the salt, but I have a salt in my capital. So not terribly inclined to do anything up here right now. A settlement over here for these resources would be great, and then like access to the coast. That sounds awesome. And then also I get the jade if I do it right around here. That probably allows me the ability to not work these in the capital. Now I've been growing towards them like I was gonna work them. But I could potentially course correct on that and have them put a settlement here. Wait a second. So the rivers now go through the center of the tile. My capital is on a river. So if I want to do on the river for the town, I'd have to do it here. In which case, jade is a tile away. Plus 15% gold. Yeah, that seems like a fine place for a settlement. And then the other option would be over here for marble, or down here for these desert resources, which are happiness related. So these are all compelling. And because I have my capital here where I can get these, maybe I do my first settlements. And also, you know, I get a natural border with the coast. So if I were to make 2 settlements, I'd probably want to put them over here and potentially convert 1 or 2 of them to towns. I think I want to do that immediately. 6 turns to do it. Does it take population or anything? Yeah, I guess not. I guess it doesn't have any impact on like population growth or food usage like the other Civ games. Let's get a settler going, see what happens. So if the settler might come here, then we probably want to centralize it to get access to the silk, the marble, kaolin, and the wine. So maybe like right here, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish, which is probably a decent distance for a settlement. Okay, so let's go over here and see what's around. Yeah, this looks good. Alright, so there's still some more land before we get to the coast. Oh, okay. I think our discovery thing was that. The scout found that. But we need a boat of some kind to get that. Okay, so a river flooded, but not one that we're near, so we're good. Okay, let's go this way. And then we'll cross the river. You probably can't cross navigable rivers on foot. I don't know. Kind of want to test that at some point. Yeah, if this were like Civ 6, this positioning would be really nice for me, because I would want to have expansions, rivers with resources, and then I have a safe, like, peninsula that's safe from expansion from other civs. But these types of things are definitely going to be different in this game. Okay, so we're standing on the navigable river, and it's shown... Oh, right, navigable river... I'm an idiot. The whole point of it is that you can navigate on it. So, now that I'm, like, embarked on a little boat, I could probably move down the river. What's this? That's a mountain, so that's impassable. So let's not go further in that direction. Let's go here. Okay, let's start a local festival, huh? Oh, we got so much influence. Yeah, let's support it. I wonder if there's something else we can do with our influence. We need more. Alright, so since we're not going to do a settlement on the coast immediately, we will proceed towards the resources. But with the granary now, we got another yield from farms. And we got 2, which is nice, so we're taking advantage of that. And our mine is looking good. We got 2 food on it too to keep the population growth going. So gold will be 1 food, but we got some excess food, I think, at this point. Maybe. It's offering me open borders, but... The other player's borders. The other player's borders. Yeah, what does this do? Huh. And it has a cooldown. Yeah, so we can move down the river. And disembarking takes a movement point. Or it ends the turn. Alright. I have now sent you far away. I kind of want to bring you back. So let's get the scout to finish up here. Or maybe... I'm kind of nervous not having a military around. I'd love to send the scout down here to do a next wave of exploration. But let's go here. Okay, how long have I been streaming? Almost 2.5 hours. Might do like 10 more minutes and then save and resume later. Okay, so we'll have the scout out here to continue this exploration. So, what are you up to? I got too tempted. So we got a scout up here too and a scout down there. But I don't know where their encampment is or whatever. Settlement?
All are made of clay.
Alright, brickyard will be good for us. I might want to do that right after the settler unit. Okay. Writing is probably our next go-to. Hanging Gardens could potentially be a wonder that we do for our wonder journey. But so if we build the Great Stella first, and each wonder will give us a gold boost. Is it itself a wonder? I don't know. I feel like the wonders... No, I was wrong. Actually, I can't tell yet. I don't know if circle versus square tells me anything, because ancient walls are definitely not a wonder, and they're a square. Yeah, I can appreciate like the kind of desire to make the UI elements a bit in contrast to the map, which is very colorful and dynamic and textured, to make it more flat. But some elements of like communication are lost. Like it's hard for me to visually quickly, you know, determine what, if there's like wonders and buildings being unlocked. Once I learn the icons better, that might change, but right now I'm a little bit hazy. Irrigation does seem better than writing for me right now. Let's do it. What is this? Hides. Okay. Yeah, alright. We got a new settler. Do they have a settler lens? It probably automatically activates when you do the settler. Oh, interesting. I can't build 3 tiles of this independent power, which makes sense. Like they're kind of like treated as if they're, you know, city-state type things. You know, because they can become city-states. So yeah, I didn't think of that at first. I'd have to clear it out if I wanted to take over that terrain with my own settlement. One, 2, 3, right. And then this is 1, 2, 3. So potentially, you know, I could deal with getting access to these resources by virtue of being friendly with this independent power. So that's something to consider. Okay, so what do these colors mean? Where's the legend for this? I can't tell. Okay, let me exit the lens. And let me select the settler. No, it still doesn't tell me. Okay, so red is you can't settle there. I'm gonna assume, yeah, so yellow is no freshwater. And blue is freshwater. So why do you get freshwater on these? Oh, they're adjacent to a river. This one is adjacent to a marsh, and that's why it gets fresh water? Oh, let's look over here. So you're a tundra bog, and you're a tundra. You get fresh water from being next to a bog? What about you? You get fresh water from being next to taiga? Oh no, river. Okay, river. Possibly river over there. Can't tell. Okay, how do you get fresh water then? You've got to be bog. You got to be... The bog has got to be providing fresh water, which makes no sense, right? Why would bogs provide fresh water? Who's drinking out of a bog? It's the only explanation I can think of. So, you're next to a river. You're not on a river, but you're not getting fresh water. And yet you... are next to a river. Your fresh water is not coming from the river. Unless navigable rivers spread fresh water an extra tile? Do mountains provide fresh water? Because that doesn't seem to be uniformly applied. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, let's not worry about that just yet. Let's worry about where we want to put our guy. I don't like that. I can sacrifice on the wool. Actually, it's a pretty good resource. But this... this concentration here is more what I want. So it's suggesting here adjacent to the river that can flood, which I like. So I don't have to deal with flooding on my settlement, on my town. And it's 3 tiles away from the marble, though. And I kind of want marble for my wonders. Yeah, like this flat grassland I like a little better. You know, marble immediately. I got plenty of food options around. And then it can take a while to get to the wine, which I don't really care about. And it's the same yield. I think the town will probably change the yield of the tile. Let's do it here. I like this. What do the settlers look like? There's a whole bunch of them, yeah. And they're bringing along some animals to get things started. Alright, since you made it out here, let's go to the edge of the peninsula. Same for you. Let's I don't think it'll be enough to be next to this tile. We're gonna have to have a boat, so let's not bother. Okay, so we made our settler. That's good for now. We probably should have another military unit. But so altar for our wonders. Don't need to do that just yet. We're not quite ready to do our wonders. When's So Agoge is where we get the ability to do the Parthenon. That's 9 turns. So assuming we do the Parthenon like here with the Odeon, where we got the granary, we could do the altar. So the brickyard would be good for we got a mine, a gold mine. Yeah, gold mine and salt mine. 2 mines. That'd be 2 extra production by doing this. 7 turns. Also help us with the wonders. I think I'm on board with the brickyard. The question now is, where do we want to build the brickyard? I kind of want to save the granary slot for the altar, unless I want to do it next to the mountain. Let's take a look at our options. So if I want to do a brickyard, your options are to... There's an adjacency bonus for other buildings by doing it. Oh, I didn't mean to press it. Pressing it was a mistake. I clicked. And I did not mean to click. We're just going to have to live with it. But I was thinking of doing another urban district somewhere like down here or over here. Tiles that I probably wouldn't bother with. Yeah, like out here. Expanding it this way would have been perfect because I don't care about the adjacency of the brickyard. But I do care about the adjacency of the Odeon. And I'd want to do... not the Odeon, the altar. And I'd want to do wonders here, here, and here. So now I'm going to have to do an altar here. And wonders all around it. That's okay. I keep clicking accidentally. Alright, I think this is going to be a good place to stop the first stream. I'm going to save the game. And very enjoyable initial playthrough through my first time doing Civilization 7. Brand new game, just released today. It doesn't even officially release until next week, but I got early access through the deluxe edition or whatever. And so really cool to play. It feels quite natural, like as a Civilization enthusiast. You know, a lot of the core expectations of 4X strategy are here, and like Civ specific concepts and terminology, and some of the new systems. It's, you know, I'm leaning into them and seeing what, and it's fun so far. I'm excited to see how these develop and progress as I spend more time in it. Like how my choices of going towards these legacy paths, like what do they turn into? And obviously I haven't gotten to the edge of the end of the age or anywhere close to that. But those types of things I'm excited to see down the road. So good times. Continue soon.